Have you ever wondered where the fish and other sea animals sleep? It's a curious question with a surprising response. In this video, we'll look at the science of sleeping in the water and learn some startling things along the way. So, let's get started. Lions, dogs, and cats all sleep in quite pleasant postures, but whales do not. They resemble huge floating loaves of bread, which one diver accidentally discovered in the Caribbean Sea. At a depth of around 65 feet below the surface, 6 whales stood erect with their tails pointed down. When sperm whales sleep, they stay in this posture for 10 to 15 minutes, according to scientists. They don't move or breathe, but these creatures sleep just 7% of the time, significantly less than most mammals. When they're moving and resting while napping, they usually sleep calmly in the water or gently swim alongside other marine species. These creatures can't dive too deep and must stay near the surface. Great white sharks sleep and hunt at higher depths, which is one less thing to worry about when having a quick snooze. Plus, the deeper you go, the colder water gets, and whales require warmer conditions to help them maintain the warmth of their big bodies. Dolphins undergo a state of profound slumber when left alone, which generally occurs at night and lasts for a few hours at a time. While sleeping, the animal hovers at the surface. It shuts down half of its brain, while the other half, together with the opposing eye, remains awake and ready to react if an unexpected guest approaches. The awake section of the brain also sends signals when it's time to go up to the surface for a breath of fresh air. Marine animals have a blowhole, which is a flap of skin that they open and close at will. People breathe automatically. Your body knows what to do even when you're sleeping. But whales and dolphins have a voluntary breathing system, which means they must consciously go to the surface to get some air, and one part of their brain must always be awake to notify the animal that it's time to go up. Whales and dolphins can hold their breath for far longer than other animals, and they have a greater carbon dioxide tolerance and can take in more air. The red blood cells of whales store more oxygen, and dolphin blood only flows to those body parts that truly require oxygen. For example, if a whale only utilizes its brain, heart, fins, and certain other muscles required for swimming at the time, those are the only body components that will receive oxygen. Other activities, such as digestion, may wait. The first thing to understand about sleeping in the water is that there are many distinct species of aquatic creatures, each with its unique sleep habits. Some fish, for example, stay quietly at the ocean's bottom, while others move in circles to maintain their location in the water. But do these animals ever sleep? It all depends on your definition of sleep. Unlike mammals, which have both REM, or rapid eye movement, and non-REM sleep cycles, most fish and other aquatic species do not. Instead, they have moments of reduced activity when they may rest or preserve energy. According to one research undertaken by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, certain whale species, such as the sperm whale, may sleep with just half of their brain at a time. This is referred to as unihemispheric sleep, and it allows people to be somewhat attentive and aware of their surroundings while yet obtaining the rest they require. Another research discovered that some fish, such as the European bass, contain a gene that is connected to sleep in humans. This shows that fish may have a sleep cycle comparable to ours, although it appears extremely different on the surface. To contribute to the topic, consider some particular cases of sea animals and their sleeping habits. Sharks and rays, for example, experience a sort of sleep known as tonic immobility, similar to a hypnotic condition. Their respiratory rate decreases, and their motions become calmer during this time. According to recent research by Biology Letters, sharks may sleep and frequently open their eyes while doing so. It has long been assumed that sharks do not slumber because they must continually swim to keep oxygen-rich water flowing over their gills. For the first time, scientists in Australia have observed a type of bottom-dwelling shark napping, reversing a strong argument. Some sea turtles also display a sort of slumber that makes them look entirely inert when resting on the ocean floor or surface. Bottom resting is a characteristic that is supposed to help them preserve energy. Interestingly, some studies show that water creatures such as dolphins and whales may not truly sleep at all. Instead, individuals adopt a vigilant state in which they are somewhat aware of their environment while napping. This permits them to surface for air as needed while being energy efficient. When it comes to sleep length, it differs greatly amongst species. Some fishes, for example, may only sleep for a few minutes at a time, but others may sleep for several hours at a time. Similarly, some sea animals like seals and dolphins sleep for only a few minutes at a time, while others sleep for several hours every day. Another fascinating aspect of ocean sleep is altered by external influences. Some studies have found that marine species' sleep cycles may change depending on food availability, water temperature, and other variables. In reality, when certain fish and other sea organisms may engage in microsleep, alternating between periods of activity and rest throughout the day and night. This enables people to remain attentive and receptive to changes in their surroundings while yet obtaining the rest they require. There are several advantages to sleeping in the water. For example, sleep is critical for immune system function and general physical and mental well-being. It also aids in the conservation of energy and the maintenance of metabolic processes in sea organisms, which is especially crucial for species that must swim long distances or seek food. While there is still much to understand about sleep in the ocean, it is obvious that it is vital to the existence of many different animals. These amazing species have their unique ways of receiving the rest they need to flourish in their aquatic habitat, whether they're sleeping on the ocean floor, swimming in circles, or entering a condition of unihemispheric slumber. However, sleep in the ocean is crucial for more than simply individual species. It can also have larger ecological consequences. Disruptions to the typical sleep rhythms of marine animals, such as whales and dolphins, for example, can have a significant influence on their health and welfare, as well as the ecosystems in which they live. Unfortunately, human activities such as shipping, oil drilling, and other types of industrial development can interrupt marine species' sleep habits, resulting in a variety of harmful repercussions. Loud noises from ships and sonar equipment, for example, can cause marine animals to get disoriented and lose sleep, affecting their ability to find food, breed, and communicate with one another. Scientists and legislators are investigating a variety of measures to lessen these effects, ranging from noise reduction devices to rules that limit the use of noisy equipment in sensitive regions. We can help guarantee that these wonderful animals continue to thrive in the waters for future generations by striving to safeguard their sleep habits. Furthermore, knowing sleep patterns in the ocean can offer insight into bigger scientific topics, such as how sleep developed in the first place and how environmental variables impact it. Some experts, for example, have proposed that the sleep habits of fish and other water creatures may bear clues to the origins of sleep itself, which scientists still don't understand. We may be able to get fresh insights into the basic principles that underpin sleep and how it developed over time by researching how different animals rest and recharge. It's worth mentioning that the research on sleep in the water is still in its early stages, and there's a lot to learn. As technology advances and our understanding of these magnificent creatures grows, we may expect to learn even more intriguing things about how sleep works beneath the seas. In conclusion, while fish and other marine creatures may not sleep in the same manner that people do, their sleep patterns are still an important aspect of their lives. By continuing to research these interesting creatures, we may gain a better knowledge of how sleep works in the ocean and how we can fight to safeguard it, both for the sake of individual animals and for the overall health of our world. If you found this informative, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button for more amazing content like this. Till then, keep exploring.